Enjoy. So where we decided to put it, it's the flattest on the plot,
Yeah,
but it's still kind of wet.
it rains a lot in the winter, so we need to find a way of not getting so muddy and so much water. That's why I was saying if we put some gravel inside of the polytunnel on the floor, it would be easier. If it rains or not, it doesn't matter, and then it will just run down on the back.
It just makes it less soggy inside. So what we do is on the drawing, as you can see, it's got the flaps going outside. But what we do is we'll tuck it underneath the frame.
Like we did on the other one.
Yeah, then we'll put some weed fabric down, to stop any weeds coming up, because they will come up. And then on top of that, we'll put the gravel, and then that'll hold the flaps that we've just put under the frames together. Cool. All right.
Because the raised beds are going to be really heavy, they're high. It's 4 of 3 meters each, or something like that.
Something like that.
I can't remember.
All I remember is there's 450 screws on each one.
That's quite a lot.
That's quite a lot, and
That's a headache.
that is a headache.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year. So we decided we want to have a quick break and stay overnight and see some snow. And what is it? It's about an hour and a half away.
1 hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah.
The road was showing on maps to
Yes.
go to Serra da Estrela, to the peak, to the tower.
As we were going up, all was good, but there was a real mist down and you couldn't see anything
It
on
was
either
a
side.
blizzard. We chose
Further up,
one
yeah.
of the worst days to go, and we didn't know. We didn't see weathers or anything. So now we know where to see and which websites. So when we arrived there, the road was blocked.
It's about
and
20 minutes left of the journey and the road was blocked.
even less. I think it was like 17 minutes or
Yeah.
15 minutes.
So there was a barrier down and we had no option but to turn around, and the weather was really bad. It
Yeah,
was a
we called the
blizzard.
hotel and they said we
Yeah.
had to go all the way around the mountains through Manteigas and Belmont.
Which was a 2-hour detour
Yeah, so it was a big detour, but in a way, actually, it was great
because we got to see the other side of the mountain.
yes, and it's not what we've seen before when we were looking for properties. We saw like a different side of it. I don't know what did we see before, but this time what we seen was different,
Yeah,
and
it's
it's
really
what I
cool.
remember when I was younger. When I was very young, I went to Covilhã, and it's gorgeous.
I know, it was a really good
Gorgeous.
drive. And we got to see snow and we got
Yes.
there eventually, and that was the
Yes.
thing.
It was great fun.
So the raised bed is finished. To be honest, I had no idea how much work was going to be involved. We didn't see any instructions before we brought it. And in total there were like 480 screws or something, and it was just crazy. So in hindsight, would we have got it? Because of that, probably not. So let's see now how strong it is with these supports when we fill it with soil, and see if it's going to be okay. We'll find out. There's another one to do as well, which will go on this side here. But first we're going to fill this one up. There's a method for filling it. I can't remember the name at the moment, can't pronounce it. But basically what you do is you fill the bottom with logs and debris and old branches, stuff we collected over the summer that's been decomposing. And you fill the bottom up first, and then we'll top it off with soil on the top in the end. So the next phase is to fill this up first and get this one completed and finished, and then I'll repeat the process with the other one. And then at the front of the polytunnel, what we're going to do is we're going to use this space to put seeding tables, so we can start the seeding in the spring. So that'll be the next phase. So we had a bit of a design change at the last minute. We were going to have one raised bed on the left and one on the right, but when we were measuring up, we saw that the walkway in the middle was a bit tight. To get a wheelbarrow down there would be a bit difficult, and you'd have to reach over to get to the back of the raised bed to deal with the plants. So what we thought is we'd take half from one of the other raised beds and we'd join onto this one. So now the whole length of the polytunnel is one long raised bed. You can easily get a wheelbarrow through the entrance and down both sides. You don't have to reach over to get to the other side. You can walk all the way around it. And also the plants in the middle, they've got the height now of the polytunnel. So if we need to tie a string to the main support beam of the polytunnel, we can do that as well. So we thought it's more practical for many reasons. And then the space around the edges, we can easily use that for the seeding trays. So we can utilize that space as well. And then the other half of the other raised bed, I'll build that bit later on and we'll use it outside somewhere. So yeah, so the next bit now is to fill this one up. So the raised bed is finished. It was quite a long job to do, but I'm so glad we had the compost bins to fill up. This compost is absolutely amazing. It's really good consistency. And we spent all summer putting old cuttings in there and churning it, keeping it warm, keeping it moist, and it's really paid off. It really helped us. It saved a lot of money if we had to buy all this soil in or compost in. So that was cool. The raised bed itself, it seems to be holding up. The problem is with this raised bed is because the panels are so small, the photos they didn't show them this small. As you can see, it's all over the place because it's got like stress points, weak points where the screws are. So we'll see in time if it holds up. It seems okay at the moment. And outside as well, we've got some areas that we're going to plant. There used to be some like formal like garden bed areas. So we got rid of those, and one will be the potato area and one will be like cabbages and stuff like that. And then we had the mini veg garden that was here when we moved in, like cleaned up. And I think we're going to just put tomatoes in there. So yeah, and we've got the other half of this raised bed I've got to build, and we'll put that outside. So yeah, next we're going to be busy planting and doing all those things. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.